Legitimate credit. All the questions connected with credit, the usury laws, etc. may be forever set at rest by the establishment of mutual banks. Whoever goes to the mutual bank, and offers real property in pledge, may always obtain money, for the mutual bank can issue money to any extent. And that money will always be good, since it is all of it based on actual property, that may be sold under the hammer. The interest will always be at a less rate than 1% per annum, since it covers, not the insurance of the money loaned, there being no such insurance required, as the risk is zero. Since it covers, not the damage which is done the bank by keeping it out of its money, as that damage is also zero, the bank having always an unlimited supply remaining on hand, so long as it has a printing press and paper. Since it covers, plainly and simply, the mere expenses of the institution, clerk hire, rent, paper, printing, etc. And it is fair that such expenses should be paid under the form of a rate of interest. For thus each one contributes to bear the expenses of the bank, and in the precise proportion to the benefits he individually experiences from it. Thus the interest, properly so called, is zero. And we venture to predict that the mutual bank will one day give all the real credit that will be given. For since this bank will give such at 0% interest per annum, it will be difficult for other institutions to compete with it for any length of time. The day is coming when everything that is bought will be paid for on the spot, and in mutual money. When all payments will be made, all wages settled on the spot. The mutual bank will never, of course, give personal credit. For it can issue bills only on real credit. It cannot enter into partnership with anybody. For, if it issues bills where there is no real guarantee furnished for their repayment, it vitiates the currency, and renders itself unstable. Personal credit will one day be given by individuals only. That is, capitalists will one day enter into partnership with enterprising and capable men who are without capital, and the profits will be divided between the parties according as their contract of partnership may run. Whoever, in the times of mutual bank, has property, will have money also. And the laborer who has no property will find it very easy to get it. For every capitalist will seek to secure him as a partner. All services will then be paid for in ready money. And the demand for labor will be increased 3, 4, and 5-fold. As for credit of the kind that is idolized by the present generation, credit which organizes society on feudal principles, confused credit, the mutual bank will obliterate it from the face of the earth. Money furnished under the existing system to individuals and corporations is principally applied to speculative purposes, advantageous, perhaps, to those individuals and corporations, if the speculations answer, but generally disadvantageous to the community, whether they answer or whether they fail. If they answer, they generally end in a monopoly of trade, great or small, and in consequent high prices. If they fail, the loss falls on the community. Under the existing system, there is little safety for the merchant. The utmost degree of caution practicable in business has never yet enabled a company or individual to proceed for any long time without incurring bad debts. The existing organization of credit is the daughter of hard money, begotten upon it incestuously by that insufficiency of circulating medium which results from laws making specie the sole legal tender. The immediate consequences of confused credit are want of confidence, loss of time, commercial frauds, fruitless and repeated applications for payment, complicated with irregular and ruinous expenses. The ultimate consequences are compositions, bad debts, expensive accommodation loans, lawsuits, insolvency, bankruptcy, separation of classes, hostility, hunger, extravagance, distress, riots, civil war, and, finally, revolution. The natural consequences of mutual banking are, first of all, the creation of order, and the definite establishment of due organization in the social body. And ultimately, the cure of all the evils which flow from the present incoherence and disruption in the relations of production and commerce.